Hey, this is Teddy, and this month's conversation is about staying focused in your workplace. We're going to talk about some ideas of why being focused is important, and some ideas about how to stay focused so that you can get the greatest value out of that word and that activity and that mindset and that philosophy of staying focused in your workplace. So here's the first video for this month called Stay Focused in Your Workplace. And it's about being focused, helping you being productive and helping you achieve your goals. So one of the ways to stay focused is to clearly have goals. And one of the goals is not to put in 8 hours a day or put in your hours and go home, or a goal should not be to get to 11 o'clock or 11:30 for lunch and get to 5. Those aren't goals. Those are just mind trash. Goals are when you say, I need to have this task done. It's a big task. Let me focus on getting 3 pieces of it done. Setting clear goals that are meaningful and relevant are an important way for you to stay focused. It can help you to stay focused. There's one goal that we have that I really want to talk a little bit about for you, and that's called our BHAG. And this is what everybody should have, a BHAG. And actually, you can have lots of BHAGs. You can have a personal BHAG, a career BHAG, a business BHAG, family BHAG. Let's talk about what a BHAG is. BHAGs are big, hairy, audacious goals. Now, in business, a BHAG might be, I need to get all of my patients served in an 8-hour period. So how can I get all of my patients served in a specific period of time? Another BHAG might be, I've got to get this product created, quality checked, and delivered by the end of the week. And so when you set BHAGs on very important activities, then you're really focused to some meaningful goal instead of just simply getting through the day. Set your BHAGs relevant to your work and relevant to your life. By the way, I have a personal BHAG. My personal BHAG is to travel the world as a public speaker. So I'm working on the steps that I need to achieve that personal BHAG, while I also work on a very deliberate business BHAG, which is to serve X number of clients in a year and to create this amount of value for them. So you have to have a BHAG, a big, hairy, audacious goal for your work and for your job as well as for your life. Then when you have your BHAG, you can work on your SMART goals. And SMART goals are how you achieve your BHAG. This is how you stay focused, by having goals. And so if you have a BHAG of serving the right number of patients in a week or in a day, or getting the right amount of product out, or delivering the right amount of information, or writing writing this book, when you have your BHAG, you can work on your SMART goals to achieve it. And your SMART goals are specific. I'm going to do this task, get this completed, get this written, get this paperwork done. SMART goals are also measurable. You can measure that you accomplished that. Maybe you measure by the patient walking out the door. Maybe you measure your SMART goal by the truck leaves of the product. You measure specifically, I did this. Also, SMART goals have to be attainable. And attainable means that I have the skills and the resources to do this SMART goal. Because if you set off to do a SMART goal that is not attainable, which means you don't have the skills or the resources to do it, you're wasting your time and you're not going to achieve your overall goal. So you have to make sure they're attainable. If they're not, you have to stop and you have to get the resources, or you have to set aside the time, or you have to get the knowledge, or you get the help. Make sure their goals are attainable. The other part of a SMART goal is they have to be relevant. Relevant means that this activity or this goal is relevant to my BHAG, or relevant to my business or relevant to my big goals. If you set off to do a goal that is not relevant to your BHAG or your primary goal, you may not be spending your time wisely. So make sure that that SMART goal is relevant to the overall goal. And the last thing about a SMART goal is they're time bound. You don't just say, well, I'm going to get the book written. I'm going to get the book written by this month. You don't just say, I'm going to take care of this patient. I'm going to take care of this patient in this amount of time. You don't just say, I'm going to produce this product. You say, I'm going to produce this product by the end of the day. So when you're setting your goals so you can stay focused, you have to have a BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goal. And you also have to have SMART goals, which sometimes I refer to as stepping stone goals, that are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. When you think this way with your goals, you're more likely to be focused on what's important and what needs to be done. Another area that can help you stay focused is to work in nuggets or work in blocks of time rather than work in a day. Our bodies need time to rejuvenate. Our minds need time to rejuvenate. When you tell your body, your mind that, hey, we're going to be here until 6 o'clock, that really does stress you out. It makes you less productive. But if you tell yourself, look, I'm going to work on this project, I'm going to work on this task for 60 minutes or 90 minutes, and then I'm going to take a well-deserved break because I've accomplished something, because I've moved the project forward, I've taken care of X number of patients or clients, I've developed written a certain amount of words or created a certain amount of product. Then you can say, time out. I'm going to go rest my body, going to rest my mind, give myself a little diversion so that I can rejuvenate and come back and go at it again. But you got to be committed. If you're going to work in blocks of time, you have to tell yourself, I'm doing nothing but what I have to do. I'm staying focused to this task, focused to this process, focused to this successful move myself forward activity. Then I can take a well-deserved break. And by the way, my break is only going to be 5 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever you can afford to give yourself and still be successful. And you go, that's the only amount of time I'm taking for that break. And then I'm coming back at it and do it again. Work in blocks of time. Give yourself a break. Be committed to making sure you stay true to it. This is a powerful statement to help you be focused. Turn off the world. Really? We can turn off the world? Where's the switch? There actually is a switch. It's metaphorical. But really, what turn off the world means is this. Minimize the distractions. Let voicemail work. Just because the phone rings doesn't mean I have to answer it. So let it ring. Let it go to voicemail. You can get to it later so you can stay focused on what you're trying to do right now. That's why we created voicemail. So it'll work. Let it work. We also have email. If we don't respond to it immediately, it'll be there when we get done. So let the email sit off to the side. Let the text messages go off to the side. By the way, I'm a big fan of text messages for urgent stuff. So if I look at the text messages from my wife or my children, that's urgent. If it's from my parents or my brothers and sisters, generally that might be urgent. But if I get a text message from my buddies who only want to know what time I'm coming to the game, I'll respond to them later. So I let text message sit off to the side as well, unless it's absolutely urgent. And ask for quiet time. It's not hard to do. You can walk down the hall and tell your teammates, look, I've got this task I have to do. I have to stay focused to get it done so I can get it done right, get it done efficiently, and get it done so that I can deliver it to the next person or serve this patient or this client or whatever it is. So say, look, do me a favor. Give me some quiet time. I need an hour. If you give me an hour, then I'll make myself available to you afterwards. Turn off the world. You'll be much more successful and you'll be much more focused. Hey, that was the first half of the video that I put together to help you think about ways of staying focused. And I gave you, it's about 7 or 8 minutes. I really hope that you found the amount of time you needed to listen to what I share with you, noodle the ideas, so you can figure out how you can be more focused in what you're doing, more successful, so you can really achieve the things that are important for you to achieve. It's video number 1. Be back next week with the second half. Thanks for letting me share.